Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. This episode begins in Bathurst, and the highlight of Bathurst for us was driving around Mount Panorama. We also visit some museums, the War Memorial, and drive and walk around town admiring the old buildings. From there, we move on to Maitland and visit two beautiful gardens and the old Maitland jail. Then we move on to Port Stephens, where we explore the bays, visit an aquarium and go camel riding on the beach. Well, good morning everybody. We're in Bathurst and today we're going to do some museum tours. The first one today that we're going to do is Australian Fossil and Mineral Museum. So we'll go in there and see what they've got to see. The Australian Fossil and Mineral Museum permanently houses the Somerville collection of fossils and minerals. This is the lifetime work of Warren Somerville AM and features some of the finest and rarest specimens of mineral crystals and fossils from around the world. The Mineral Gallery holds a stunning collection of historically significant and irreplaceable mineral specimens from mine sites around the world. They show a large diversity of minerals from worldwide deposits and are of exceptional crystal perfection.
We've finished at the Fossil and Mineral Display Museum. We're now heading for the Rail Museum. With an electric charging point right outside. And everybody loved to see a model train in action. So this is our third museum for today. It's called Chifley Home,
It's the house of a former Prime Minister back in the 1940s. So we'll go have a look and see what it's all about. Ben Chiefley was born in Bathurst and joined the railways when he was 17. He became a locomotive driver. He became involved in politics through the Locomotive Engine Men's Association and later on became the Prime Minister from 1945 to 1949. Ben married his wife Elizabeth on the 6th of June in 1914 in Glebe. The Chiefleys lived in this modest house at 10 Busby Street in Bathurst for all their lives. Ben died in 1951 and Elizabeth died in 1962. So we've made our way to the Bathurst Town Square. The War Memorial in Bathurst was officially opened on Armistice Day in 1933. The carillon with 35 bells was constructed as a memorial to the men of Bathurst and the district who served in World War I. It now commemorates those who have served in other conflicts in which Australia has been involved. On the 25th of April 1815, Governor Macquarie left Sydney to inspect the new road and view the inland farmland with a group of more than 50 people. Once he had found a place that he thought would be suitable for a new town, he named the area Bathurst, after the British politician Lord Bathurst. On February 12, 1851, a prospector discovered flecks of gold in a waterhole near Bathurst. Soon, even more gold was discovered in what would become the neighbouring state of Victoria. This began the Australian Gold Rush, which had a profound impact on the country's national identity. The Australian Gold Rush had begun with 100 diggers searching for their gold. By June, there were over 2,000 people digging around Bathurst, and thousands more were on their way. In 1852, the yield of gold was 850,000 ounces, or 24.5 tonnes of gold. Mount Panorama, doing a hot lap and then moving on to Maitland. See ya! So we were looking for something to do in Maitland, and I googled botanical gardens. The Google search led us to this wonderful little garden here called the Bathhouse Garden. It was just stunning. We visited the Hunter Region Botanic Gardens. It was okay to walk through. The only disappointing thing with this garden was the amount of mosquitoes. They were everywhere. And of course we didn't take mozzie repellent. The construction of the Maitland jail started in 1844 and prisoners first entered the jail in 1848. By the time of its closure on the 31st of January 1998, it had become the longest continuously run jail in Australia. It has since been turned into a museum and is a popular tourist attraction. This jail housed some of Australia's most notorious criminals, including the famous escape artist Darcy Duggan, the Anita Colby killers, and serial backpacker murderer Ivan Milat. It was a total of 16 men, 13 for murder and 3 for rape, that were executed by hanging at the jail between 1843 and 1897. It was believed that the hangings were carried out at either the front gates or the back corner. Today we're leaving Maitland and driving to Port Stephens. It's only a short trip today, about half an hour or so. This is the beautiful Soul Bay. Top of Gangan Lookout, looking over all the bays at Port Hedland. In the distance you can see all the sand dunes. That's Anna Bay, and we're going there tomorrow to stay for a few days. We found this beautiful little bay. It's supposed to have a lighthouse, but it doesn't. This morning we're heading out to the Irukandji Shark and Ray Encounter Aquarium. Hopefully we get to see an Irukandji.
Foot here. They will come up as well, as I was saying, just for pats, so don't be too offended if they don't want food.
We did get to feed and pat the stingrays and was able to feed the baby sharks, but there were no Irukandji to be seen. That's a wrap for this episode. Hope you've all enjoyed watching, and join us next time when we start in Newcastle.